Let's get started by asking and answering this question. Can you know about the future? Can you know exactly what is going to happen tomorrow, the next day after tomorrow, or next month? Of course not. Unfortunately, we can't. But what we can do is this. We can promise, predict, and plan. So ask yourself, what's a plan? A plan is a method you need to follow in order to get something. So it means that you are involved in the activity. For example, ask yourself this question: how can I be more eco-friendly? Well, the plan is, I'm going to use a bike as a means of transport. What else can I do? How can I be more eco-friendly? Well, another plan is to reduce my carbon footprint with my family. So we are going to share the same car. Remember that we cannot decide on someone else's plans or on someone else's decisions. That's why we use the pronouns we and I. Look at the examples again in order to help the planet. I am going to use sustainable transport. We are going to share a car. This structure in English is called as the idiomatic future. And as you can see, it consists of be, which is am, is, or are, going to, plus a verb in simple form. When expressing negative ideas or negative plans with going to, remember that the auxiliary carry the negative form. The auxiliary in this case is verb to be. So the examples for negative ideas could be like this. I am not going to leave my appliances on standby. We are not going to stop producing incandescent bulbs. As you could notice at the beginning of the explanation, we added some expressions of time in order to know when we are going to do the plans, to be more specific, let's say. So, examples of these expressions are tomorrow, next year, next week, next month, next Saturday, next Sunday, or next Monday, or any other day, in 1 hour, in 2 days, in 2 months. We also have 4 seasons: this fall, this winter, this summer, this spring, and the expression tonight. Remember that these expressions have to be at the beginning of the sentence or at the end. In questions for plans, we use the forms of am, is, and are for the auxiliary that is be. For yes/no questions, pay attention to the form. We start with are, then it follows the subject, and then going to, plus the verb in simple form or in infinitive, and the complement. Don't forget the question mark. And the answer could be with yes or no. Look at the example. Are you going to take action against climate change? Yes, we are. Or the other possible way, no, we aren't. For WH questions, questions that start with what, when, why, how, and so on, we are going to put them at the beginning of the question. Follow the example. When or why are you going to take action against climate change? Finally, we have these reduced forms in order to express in a shorter form our plans. It is to say, to speak faster. For positive and negative statements, you can use the contractions for verb to be. Am, we can use it with I'm, or the negative form, which is I'm not. Are becomes your in the case of this pronoun, we're or their, and the negative form is aren't. For he, she, and it, we use is, which is the contraction for his, she's, its, and the negative form isn't. It's important to know that in spoken English we use gonna as a contracted form of the idiomatic future going to. However, it is not very formal. It's very, very informal. So for academic situations, it is not recommended to use. Let's have some practice of the idiomatic future and all the forms we studied in the exercise that you will find below.